Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spider-Man. We were now going after Tombstone, so basically glorified moot boss. It's like, I hope you like the Bane fight from Arkham Asylum.
Well,
Wasn't there like only 2 boss fights in Arkham Asylum?
3. There was Bane, there was Ivy, and then there was Titan Joker.
Yeah, but didn't 2 of those 3 play exactly the same?
No, he's right. There's Bane, there's Ivy, and there's Mooks.
yeah, Arkham Asylum didn't really do bosses.
No, it sucked.
I mean,
Boss fight sucked.
No, it's like, I like Arkham Asylum, but that game has problems.
I do. Like I love that game, but its boss fights aren't.
to be fair, I don't feel like Batman lends itself to video game boss fights as well as like Spider-Man, for example, because Batman's such a more grounded character.
Well, that's.
I would say so, but Arkham City
Yeah, I was gonna say Arkham City had
did
fantastic
them really
bosses,
well.
So.
Yeah, Arkham City.
That was part of
fantastic bosses.
why the boss fights in Arkham Asylum didn't work. They didn't land because they had a combat system that was geared toward encounters with large groups of mooks, and all of its mechanics were focused on doing that one thing well. And they hadn't really figured out at that point how to make boss fights work in a game with that combat system, because it that's all it could really do. So the boss fight, like the final boss, was literally just mook rushes.
And also, don't get me started. They did the whole 10th anniversary for City the other day. I'm like, oh my god, it's been 10 years.
yeah, we're getting
it's been 10
old.
years
Super
since City.
Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy turns 15 next year.
Ugh.
Sorry, that was just my hairline receding even further.
You had
You
a
have a
hairline?
hairline?
Yeah. No, it kind of creeps up in the back, but then I gotta say, oh no, bad hairline. Then I gotta share it back down.
Geez. Yeah, like, some of my favorite games, like, we're getting to the point where, like, Paper Mario 1 turned 20 this year. You know, Banjo-Tooie's old enough to drink. You know, Monkey Ball turned 20 this year. I'm like, oh, now I'm starting to get old. It's not just
We've been
these-
doing this for 12, 13 years at this point.
No, 13,
Yeah.
13 next May.
That's your next May. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I can't wait till BrainScratch is old enough to go to war, but not old enough to
drink.
to drink. That'll be fun.
I can't wait for the C and BSC to stand for midlife crisis.
BrainScratch Crisis.
Yeah.
BrainScratch Crisis on Infinite Channels.
Midlife comms.
I mean, it would make sense because, like, Crisis is like the crossover event, and we're the crossover of
That's the thing.
YouTube nobodies,
You know, that's
so-
what I'm saying. BrainScratch Crisis on Infinite Channels.
on Infinite Channel.
There's a little brain scratch in you now.
Oh no, that's a good way to get people to not watch the channel.
Crap. Who's a famous speedrunner that we can make the run, the run, Barry run joke?
I kind of chums with Shay. He speedruns Undertale.
Okay, so run, Shay, run, speed run.
Did that guy just like take an oxygen mask and snort it like cocaine? And did that guy just casually
Yeah,
walk
and then he
past
became
Spider-Man?
and he
Snowflake.
became cocaine.
And then-
yeah,
No, John, Snowflame's not in this game.
not Snowflame, just cocaine guy.
Yeah, that's Snowflame.
Cocaine Man is the limit of the fuck happened to that motorcycle?
Because cocaine.
Oh man.
What the hell?
So wait, so what? They're just the Metalocalypse clown?
So they inhale a chemical and they temporarily become Tombstone-esque.
Basically, a glorified tutorial on how to fight him later.
Yes.
Okay.
The hell is up with this fight? Random, like 4 random motorcycles just try to drive into you at once.
You remember Streets of Rage when you're on top of the bridge?
Oh, I hate that
You're
place
fight-
and the stupid
you're fighting the
jetpack
biker
guy.
gang.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, but you fight the biker gang and they got bikes every once in a while. You punch them once and they explode.
Oh yeah.
Man, it seems like every beat 'em up game that I play has to have a moment where there's annoying motorcycle people trying to run into you, or some equivalent.
It's like the elevator sequence. Every beat 'em up just has one.
I can't really remember anything like that in Streets of Rage 4. I guess the closest is when you're fighting on top of the subway train and you have to jump occasionally to jump over the street signs.
No, but seriously, even the frickin' mediocre Legend of Korra game has that moment.
Where they have motorcycles and
Oh, even Castlevania 64 has
Yeah,
skeletons and
they
motorcycles.
do. In Legend of Korra, they've invented vehicles, so
Yeah, no, they have like old timey 1920s cars and stuff, Ted.
So there's old timey. Okay,
the Chi blockers have motorcycles. So
that's interesting. All
they
right.
kind of have the inventor of automobiles working for them.
Oh, right, that's that's where Korra also has its Tony Stark.
There's a Henry Ford in Korra.
No, the guy is basically just Tony Stark, just straight up.
All right. Let's
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, you're
Play-
here.
Varric.
Yeah. So no, I mean, he's played more for comedy than Iron Man does. But
He even
he's
has
Tony Stark.
he even has a Pepper Potts.
Yeah. Julie Moon, who's only given her last name because she's voiced by Sailor Moon's actress.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's
Wait,
why
really?
her last name is Moon. Yeah, because she's voiced by Stephanie Sheh, who's Sailor Moon.
Okay, I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. I'm a little like
I wasn't expecting this. I'm caught off
a little
guard.
baffled actually that I didn't know this.
I just want to say this says cocaine.
Again, I'm just expecting the Metalocalypse Clown to come out now. Then
Which Sailor Moon? Because like
the Viz dub, the current one.
So,
Oh,
okay,
the-
that was kind of weird to go back to Sailor Moon after talking about cocaine. Like, I was kind of caught off
Well, I
guard.
mean, what do you think's happening when they turn all rainbowy, John?
I see. I always
No,
attribute
that's
that
not,
more
that's,
to.
that's not cocaine. That's LSD.
Yeah, I was gonna say LSD is more what I get. I don't think cocaine makes you think that.
This is why we need the modern, gritty Sailor Moon reboot.
In the name of the moon. God. All right. What?
I was gonna say like cue some rendition of "Fly Me to the Moon,"
dose of the cat.
but
Test it out.
No, sorry, we couldn't get that for the Blu-ray.
Which is. Can I? Okay, so real talk. Holy shit. Did you guys watch Squid Game? Like,
Okay, I've been thinking that people have been talking about Splatoon on my freaking timeline for like
Yeah.
3 weeks, and I don't know what's going on.
without spoiling anything, Squid Game has Fly Me to the Moon. So that Netflix excuse is bullshit.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
don't know
public
why
domain
they-
song by this point?
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
No, it's not.
It's run by the Sinatra estate. But the point is, they have the money to get it.
Yes, they have the money to get it. So it's like Squid Game was like, oh, what the fuck? Wait a minute. It's like Nora and I had shared the same brain cell for a second when we caught that moment in the episode. It's like, what the fuck was Ava's excuse?
Okay, what is Squid Game? Because I've been thinking that people have been talking about Splatoon because people have called that Squid
We've
Game.
only watched one episode.
It's a Korean show. Basically, this guy's in massive amounts of debt, and basically to try to get it cleared off, he basically has to join think like Legends of the Hidden Temple, but like deadly.
Yeah, it's a pretty familiar story to those that like have read a lot of a different kind of stories throughout the years. But I was immediately reminded of Kaiji.
Oh, it's exactly like Kaiji. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically
is that the
Kaiji. If you've
gambling
ever read
anime?
that,
Yes.
yeah, that's the gambling
Yeah.
one. Yeah, it's that, but the stakes are way higher.
okay.
It is essentially that story. It is not at all original, but I still like what I was watching.
Kind of like how everyone who wants to hate the Hunger Games brings up some
The angry drug
fucking
lord
Japanese
Dragon
show.
Oh, man, Battle Royale.
Royale did it first. 'Cause that means Hunger Games can't exist. Like, there's a lot of reasons to not like the Hunger Games, but being on original is not like every story.
This is just Shakespeare.
Yeah, exactly. Shakespeare ripped off history. Man, Shakespeare is such a hack.
Man, that King Richard guy.
There's a lot of drugs.
Yes.
Man, Tombstone needs
Cocaine's
to
a hell of a
share his
drug.
cocaine. He's got so much it's like baked onto his bald head.
Yeah. It's like Kratos, but instead of ashes, it's cocaine.
Is that why he actually killed his wife and kid? Is because he was taking too much drugs?
It was it a coke rage?
Yeah.
Coke rage? No, I don't think it was a coke rage.
Yeah, but I think it would have been a much funnier game if that was.
I keep expecting Spider-Man to go into witch time for some reason.
Oh yeah, that he summons like giant hands made of webs as he's doing like Umbral Climax.
He's doing like the sexy poses. while doing so.
Yeah,
He would. He
I
totally
mean,
would.
Bayonetta does like.
I know it's kind of
stoppings,
again,
dude.
it's kind of a weird 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon here, but I immediately thought of like that edit someone made of the Bayonetta 3 dance where it's just the sound effects and no music,
Oh,
which reminds
the
me of the
Spider-Man.
Peter dance with the sound effects.
I mean, Bayonetta does do like snarky comments a lot of the time, which has a Spider-Man feel to it. You know,
Well,
like all we just need is like spiderweb shaped like goth Lolita curls,
Or, you
on
know,
him, and
like-
it would fit.
like a Dante
No,
feel.
no, just like we do a spin-off where like Spider-Gwen's doing all that shit.
That I want a Spider-Man. I want a Spider-Gwen game so bad. Just like
Well, they
More.
would have to. Do you think they would do it as like an alternate universe sort of thing, or would they like
Gotta strike when it
make Gwen be in this universe?
In the context of this game's universe, it'd probably be alternate
Well, I
continuity.
mean, half of what makes
It's weird.
Spider-Gwen
Yeah.
interesting is the stuff in her backstory about how Peter went
Yeah.
like.
It is
awful.
weird that of all the like they reference basically everything in this game except Gwen. There's no
Yeah,
mention
but
of
I
Gwen
mean,
at
to
all.
be fair, I also feel like that's kind of like the Batman's parents sort of thing, in that you don't have to bring it up all the time, because otherwise it makes the character feel one note.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that because there's like obviously with like the Raimi movies, Gwen wasn't there at all.
Well,
She
they-
was in 3, but you know, people were not happy with how
Yeah,
she was in 3.
yeah.
So.
They might
Yeah.
want to actually tell the Gwen Stacy story, considering Green Goblin is on the way.
We'll see. It's just one of those. It's like they reference Black Suit. They
They
reference
also
a lot of different things. So.
Made a point to have Mary Jane and Peter broken up
Oh, you know.
so that, you know, maybe Gwen Stacy can actually happen.
They don't get back together at the end of the game?
No, they sort of do.
Okay.
Sort of.
Oh, yeah. Toad, someday, Lonnie. I want to find you doing good. Running a super.
Oh boy.
But I'm invincible. I can't run a suit. Anyone can run a suit.
Oh,
function.
speaking of Kratos.
Yeah.
frickin'
They knew his skin tone based on the drug thing made him look like Kratos.
Oh, so they gave him a chain.
a chain.
Chain on fire.
Well, that actually, you know what? The chain on fire makes me think Ghost Rider.
But, you
considering
know-
this is Marvel.
Yeah.
but
He's not pissing anywhere, though.
But you know, it's clever, but it's also a good way to give Tombstone an identity as a boss fight beyond just being a brute. Because that's kind of a problem with a lot of brutish boss characters. They tend to just be slow, lumbering
Your crazy drug lord days are done.
people who charge at you and hit a wall or something. You know, they might as well be the fucking Tomb Raider T-Rex. There's not much, you know, substance to them, generally speaking. Wait, what did he just do?
He
Break
was
a whiskey
reaching.
bottle?
He was reaching for the whiskey, but his shoulder was dislocated, so he dropped it.
Uh-oh.
It was interesting, like a little moment where he touched his finger and like his finger on the cut, and he was like, "Blood, what the fuck is this?" And it actually hurt, and like that was a good moment for somebody who doesn't normally feel pain.
It's one of those things that happens a lot for characters that have that kind of problem.
Yeah, I liked how
Like-
they
like it-
communicated it through body language and facial.
I guess it's just something that they like always do for like Superman. It's like, oh, this person's serious business. He wounded Superman. It's like, yeah, that happens all the time though.
It wasn't the fact that he got wounded. It was the fact that he touched it and he felt pain, and he very visibly felt pain, like he's not used to it. To me, and it was mostly just facial animation. I will say that's one thing I've noticed about the game is a lot of the facial animation is really, really good. Ironically,
yes.
it's the facial animation on Peter I think has been the least expressive in the entire game, which is interesting.
In or out of the suit.
Out of the suit.
Out of the suit.
You know, it's
I
hard
mean,
to do
he's
facial
a
expressions in
face.
the suit. So.
He's a mask. So like Spider-Man can't have a lot of facial animation, but Peter has been kind of lacking in that realm to me. Whenever
I feel that's kind of a result of the makeover he got for the PS5 version.
yeah, I can't
Yeah.
speak to how he looked in the PS4 version because I haven't.
He was
played it.
I mean, it was better, but not like amazingly better. But we're on the way to something completely different.
Remember that barbaric
Okay.
beast named the Rhino?
What about the Rhino, JJ?
Last night he almost
You know,
escaped from his cell in the raft.
just the facts with JJJ is giving me serious Bill O'Reilly vibes right now.
That was literally the point. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Bill
like,
O'Reilly, Alex Jones.
I don't mean like the things that he says. I mean, like, yeah, the show that Bill O'Reilly has.
I like
Well,
that
had.
the icon for his show is just him screaming instead of him trying to look presentable.
That might be a custom icon that Peter
he
gave
did.
him.
That's fair, yeah.
As
Yeah, but
it-
how did he get that picture? Peter's just in his office and he's just like, "Hey, JJ," and he just screams like, "What, Parker?" And he takes a picture mid-scream. Actually, that seems relatively realistic. He probably did do that.
he probably just photobombed him as Spider-Man one day.
Yeah, and that thing wasn't there. Odd.
Oh, something was supposed to.
Something was on the map and it was supposed to be there, but for some reason I think there was a bug and it didn't spawn in.
Oh, that's always annoying.
Spider.
Eh. I think it spawned in early. I think was the problem. It landed on the map because I don't think we've gotten it yet. Oh yeah, because I think it's here because that was a thing for this.
Looks military grade.
Oh.
Is that supposed to be an aim thing?
It's T for Taskmaster.
Who is this?
Oh, Taskmaster. Oh, okay. That's kind of a random villain to bring in.
He's just
here.
randomly here.
Yeah,
Basically, he's your excuse as to why you're doing like weird little challenges around the game.
Oh, so he's the Riddler.
Kinda, yeah.
I guess it's neat that they brought him here. Taskmaster's never been like my favorite villain, but
The only good moment I've ever seen with Taskmaster is in the comics, where obviously his shtick is that he can learn any move by seeing it once, sort of thing. So he's fighting some dudes. It's like that one punch Iron Fist knows. It's like, God, I wish I knew the names of these moves.
I will say a really clever use of him was in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where he was effectively just a character made by stitching together all of the moves from all the different other characters. Like, that's a really clever use of his appearance.
Yeah, because that fits perfectly in line with what he
Does.
is.
Like, he
Yeah.
has no
Like in the
unique
comics.
moves of his own.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that
mean-
was really
Yeah.
neat.
I mean, that's also like a common thing in fighting games is to have one character who's stitched together moves from other characters.
Yeah, but
mean-
like normally with a character like Mokujin or whatever, you just like pick
Mokujin.
yeah, from Tekken.
From
Like that's
Tekken.
the only
Right.
other example I can think of where he
Well,
like,
there's-
picks a
there's,
different moveset at each fight.
There's Hinoka from Dead or Alive.
Man's got recon points spread
See,
out.
like the icon for the recon points was there before I technically interacted with the first Taskmaster video.
Computers tracking bombs around the
There's
district, and they're about to go off. I gotta
there's
move.
another one that's at like the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. I can't think of which one it is. Weird.
Why does Taskmaster tell us that there's bombs that he's going to blow up?
Because he's studying us is the thing.
Oh, okay.
Actually, now that I think about it, Dead or Alive has two.
My web muffled
There's a male one and a female one. And it's like, I don't know, maybe they knew what they were doing, but Hinoka is just like every Dead or Alive girl you've ever seen. Like, she has no unique characteristics whatsoever. And then the male one...
So she'd be perfect for an isekai series.
The male one is just like the edgiest mass of humanoid vaguely shaped thing that you've ever seen. Like
So he's perfect for a Western comic series.
maybe.
so close to perfection.
It's just weird. And these are the characters that they introduced for last round.
All right, so I didn't do super hot that first round, so let's do a gold run. Yes, they are ranked from bronze to gold, so you want to get your
Wait,
platinum
Peter's
trophies,
just
you gotta
like gonna wait for Taskmaster to set up more bombs?
do. It's more of a don't think about it. It's a game thing.
I just like the idea of he's like, okay, Peter, wait for a second. I got a few more to set up. And he's just like, yeah, sure, buddy, whatever. These aren't timed, right? Oh, yeah, no, they're not real bombs. Sure. Yeah, definitely. So are we going to, like, tell, like, Widow that he's, like, causing problems or nah?
I actually finally just caught Black Widow for the first time last week,
It's-
and it's like, wow, I really wasn't missing anything.
Yeah, no,
you
it's the biggest definition of just a painfully average superhero movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that was kind of my worry about them making a Black Widow movie to begin with, because she's not
She's
really
not a-
that interesting on her own.
No, she's really not.
Yeah.
Fine,
Which
I'll
is-
do good this time.
Can't let
Which
any
is
of
a
these bombs
shame,
explode.
unfortunately, because she is like one of the only
I mean, that's-
noteworthy female Avengers that they have in the movies. But
I mean that's why I was saying it's like they needed to have done that movie like 10 years ago for it to matter.
Got the
Yeah.
blast contained.
Because the second Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel came out, a Black Widow movie became completely irrelevant.
yeah, pretty much. Also, like, I feel like one of Black Widow's only really emotionally touching moments was in Infinity War. So,
Okay.
like, you also kind of missed that by having the movie come out after that. So,
It takes place after Civil War. It should have
Yeah.
been released after Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter drowned.
Nope, he's fine.
But Peter got better.
There we go.
Wait, you fell into the lake and you still got a gold on that?
Well, because it's just point based.
But you had to get them all in sequence.
Well, technically no, but there's obviously there's a most fast route. So,
Huh.
like there are ones where they're more spread out, but there's very clearly a best route.
Sometimes information's worth more than money, and I've learned plenty.
Okay.
MJ, what did you find out about Isaac DeLay?
Anyway, bye, Taskmaster.
MJ, you're Taskmaster?
I knew it.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
There's a Halloween party going on.
Oh, I love
Oh, is
that.
that supposed to be Vulture?
Vulture, Mysterio.
Mysterio and Lizard.
Challenge.
Oh, hello, Mr. Poppin.
I like Halloween pajamas Mysterio.
I mean, Mysterio's got to be the easiest costume ever. You just get a big old fishbowl and put it on your head. Oh, okay, that was cool.
After a certain amount of things you do,
You know I'm gonna wreck you.
time to fight him.
That was a cool.
I do like the element of where he can just come out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And he will kick your ass the first meeting.
Oh yeah, he absolutely will. He is not an easy fight.
Oh, this is kind of like
It is possible to win this, though.
Yeah.
this is
Like,
this is
Is
kind
it
of like
supposed to lose fight or?
yeah, the odds are so heavily
this
skewed.
is the like halfway point of doing his challenges.
this feels
Yeah.
like the beginning of the Majima Everywhere system. um, or
So what happens if you beat him here then?
He just runs away and you do the rest of them,
Okay. And if he beats you, same sort of thing.
more or less.
I'm not trying to kill you.
yeah, it's pretty much Majima Everywhere.
Ow.
Only
He does so much
Damage,
damage.
Yeah, how did he hit me there?
Why the fuck was he doing like a wrestling suplex kick? Well, not a suplex, but like dive kick.
or maybe that big motherfucker from Yakuza 0 who steals all your money. Ugh. Flashbacks.
And his sword is just magically gone.
You broke it?
It
No,
was
we
some
didn't break it. No, there it is.
It's some sort of plasma weapon, right? So maybe it just
Yeah.
turned
Yeah,
off.
the dagger becomes a sword.
I
Ow.
don't know if you were paid to kill me or recruit me, but you kind of suck at both.
You can do a job fast, or you can
Okay.
Or he can do the job fast and right. Okay, that somehow counted as a hit.
Feels like
How fast do you regenerate health in this game?
It's related to the focus bar underneath.
Oh, okay. So if you do more
You
damage,
generate
get
focus
more?
by getting hits, doing dodges, things like that.
Okay.
And then it's proportional to the amount of focus bar you put into your health.
Okay.
Because the
And,
focus bar is also how you do like the instant takedowns and things like that.
okay, and for the combo, does it go away after time or if you get only if you get hit?
Technically, it goes out under time, but it's so long, you're never really going to lose it due to time, which partially what makes the whole situation weird about it.
Okay.
Because it's like, if time isn't a factor, then don't have it be a factor at all.
I
So
mean,
it's
I
one
guess
of the-
it's just there so that you can't obscenely like camp to get focus bar easily.
why are you stalking me?
An organization hired me to see if you're worth
The Avengers? No,
I'd rather be
Peter,
Tony
not the
Jameson's
Avengers.
foot in the
Aww.
circus for anyone who'd hire you.
They pay 6 figures. Guess some people just deserve to be poor.
I mean, he has a point.
6 figures?
Again, Tony, help a kid out, would you?
He did think about it though, to be fair.
Unfortunately, he meant like action figures. So he just gets paid in 6 amiibo.
P stand link. Oh man.
Yeah, he just gets a loot
Everybody's got
box
one of
every
those.
month.
Please be food, please be food, please be food. Aw, man, another Hulk action figure. Doesn't even fit in my Batmobile.